But if you look, there's no wrestling tonight. No title belts. They just ran out because it's serious business. The Raptors, on the other hand, they speak with Drake. Drake came out with not one, but 2 belts. Why? Because it's been 9 months to the day since the Raptors knocked them out of the playoffs, and it all happens right here. TNT Tuesdays. Let's go.
In the league, every player wants to be great, but only a few can rise above the rest and have their number raised.
The icon, number 3, is going to be imprinted forever up in those Raptors.
The spotlight shines brighter on the chosen ones.
I know my energy will never die. I need my inner peace and peace of mind. I'm making history with all the guys. I am not satisfied with getting by.
They represent the face of a franchise and the future of the game.
Say it with your chest.
Their efforts fuel their team, energizing fans, impacting every facet of the game.
For the momentum, you know they feel it, they feel the momentum.
The race to the playoffs has already begun.
The Bucks clinched the playoffs. Yes, they did. It's February.
The intensity is amplified. The momentum building.
For the momentum, I know they feel it, they feel it. For the momentum, I know they feel it, they feel it.
Welcome inside the glorious Studio J for the Auto Trader pregame show. I got Shaq, I got Candace, I got Wade. I'm gonna let you go. Just, what do we think? Little pit bull? Hey. All right, what do we think?
Shaq, rate our outfit.
Yeah, Shaq, 1 through 10. What do you give him?
Candace, you give an 11.
Well, thank you.
I don't know the rule, but when I was young, I keep hearing you can't wear white after what?
Labor Day.
He makes his own rules.
But that was
Labor Day pass yet?
What's my
That's
score?
like August.
I'm gonna give you. I like that little thing, so I'm gonna add 2 points for that. I'm gonna give you a 9.
A 9.
What is that thing that's hanging?
Has your mentions been filled
What is
with
that thing that's hanging? Pause.
This is Black Mamba.
Oh, fire.
I like
Shout out
that.
to Kobe and Gigi.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yes, all my mentions has been, I gave you a 9 out of 10.
Yes.
Every picture, everything has been like, you get a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look good.
We're giving it 10. Why? Because it's easy. This is what's going on tonight. A little bit later, we're going to have LeBron versus Zion. But first, it is going to be Bucks versus Raptors. And this is a Bucks team that is on path for greatness. It's easy, presented by Auto Trader. Take a look at this. First in the NBA in points, defensive rating, rebounds, points in the paint. They are looking for that title shot. They are the fastest ever to secure a playoff berth. But I'm curious, I'm going to start off with D. Wade here. You were on a Heat team that won 66 games.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing a lot of people talking right now, should they go for 70? Should they race for the playoffs? You experienced a run that got close. Should they? Or should it be, let's rest a little bit?
Well, I mean, I think for us, right, we were different, but we won 27 games in a row. It was that 33 game in a row mark we were shooting for. And throughout that, you playing banged up. You know what I mean? You want to play through a lot because you want to reach that number. So for us, I think we got a little mentally drained and we got physically drained trying to reach a number instead of just playing the game, trying to continue to get better, to prepare yourself for the playoffs. So I think they need to just worry about getting better each game, getting themselves ready to play and be prepared for the first round, not worry about getting 70 wins.
D-Wade was a part of this, and we could have actually had 2 in Miami, but we clinched. I asked for the rest. Remember that?
Yeah.
They didn't get the rest. Get hurt in a game. 5 messed up going into the playoffs. Barely make it to the playoffs. We get to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose in Game 7. So if I was them with 10 games left, I would say Giannis rest out.
This is what's
Work
interesting.
out. We already know we clinch. We already know we're the number 1 spot. Work out. I don't want you getting hurt in these last 2 games. Just get some rest. Come in and play a couple minutes, but you got to rest your guys. Because listen, Giannis is on the mission.
Yeah.
He knows what he has to do. And they already have the number 1 seed locked down. So it ain't no use going out there getting hurt, messing around. Because one injury on that team.
Well, we learned that
ballgame.
from Golden State a couple years back. 73-9. You've seen a bunch of Steph Curry commercials. With that, you got the record, but you didn't get a ring that year.
Right.
And there is a lot, like D. Wade said, going into the playoffs where you want everybody healthy. As we seen with Toronto last year, they didn't play it full throttle all year, and they won the championship.
I want to go to you because you were going up and back with the Lynx in the finals. You got them 1 year, they got you the next year. These 2 teams have playoff history. How much does facing somebody in the playoffs impact these regular season games? Does it mean more? And what can you learn from this stuff?
With us, it was when I played well, we won. When
Right.
the Lynx played well, Sylvia played well. And that's how it is with Toronto. They had Kawhi last year, which is the go-to player. This year, Siakam did not play well in the first matchup.
At all.
At all. I think he was 7 of
16 points on
Yeah.
37% shoot.
7 of 19 from the field. Giannis completely killed him in that game.
But I think Toronto has confidence, right? They know they have a game plan that beat them before. Even though they had an amazing player, they feel that they have a game plan. And they feel that they're not that far away. They're second in the NBA. Milwaukee's first. So I think they have a lot of confidence, and it's coming off of last year. Like, look, when we get in the playoffs, look what we did to y'all last year.
But your best players have to play well.
They're not thinking about, 100%.
Your best players have to play well.
And not only that, when you're playing a team that's upcoming, that's really coming after you, you got to send a message every time.
Right away.
So, Toronto, we beat y'all last year, but Milwaukee is coming. So you have to keep, keep burying them, and keep letting them know that you got Giannis, you got the MVP runner-up, but you're still not good enough to beat us.
It is a race right now for the first seed in the Eastern Conference. The Bucks seem to be running away with it.
Can you do me a favor?
Pelicans are sitting at the 10th position in the Western Conference. As you know, the top 8 go to the playoffs. Well, look what they are doing. They might not be in the 9th position, but they're only 3 games behind Memphis, so they are in striking distance. Is it possible?
Yeah, it's definitely possible, and especially when you look at the fact that Memphis just lost Jaren Jackson Jr. for the next 2 weeks, and they have a very tough schedule. So when you look at where Memphis is right now, if Memphis doesn't right this ship, or if Ja doesn't play extremely strong basketball for the next couple of weeks to make up for Jaren Jackson Jr. being out, the Pelicans can make a run because they're playing great basketball. Zion hasn't playing well. He's playing at a high level. Brandon Ingram still, his play hasn't tailed off. I was worried about would his play tail off now that Zion's there, but the Pelicans have a real shot to make these playoffs.
Yeah, and Memphis has one of the tougher schedules in the league coming down the stretch. Damian Lillard missed the last 2 games. I expect this will be Portland's spot, but, Brendan, we kind of had this debate earlier. I asked myself early in the season, what would it take for Zion Williamson to be Rookie of the Year? He sat out so many games. And when I looked at Zion Williamson, I said he had to lead his team to the playoffs. He had to get securely into the playoffs. And I think if he can do that, and we can accredit that to what he can do, I give him a shot at being a rookie, if not a co-rookie of the year.
We can.
Yeah, I throw it out there, B. I know you don't necessarily agree, but I really love the energy behind New Orleans right now. I think as a whole, Zion's just getting the city excited.
Yeah, I love Zion Williamson too. And saying that he can't be Rookie of the Year has nothing to do with his game. I think that if he played from the beginning of the year, he would hands down be the Rookie of the Year. We wouldn't be talking about Ja Morant being the Rookie of the Year over him. But when we talk about somebody that's missed this amount of games, I mean, he's going to miss almost close to half the season. And I remember last year, now I know Kawhi didn't get the MVP and he wasn't in the running. But at one point, it was a little bit murky, and everybody was saying, oh, well, Kawhi's missed 22 games. He can't be the MVP. So when you miss that many games, we can't change the argument just because we want to see Zion Williamson get it because he has such hype around him. And the league's going to push who they want to push.
You really want it. You really, really want it.
Hey, I'm just saying, we can't just change the rules because we want to give this guy the award. I understand that, but if we had a coach miss half the season, he wouldn't be Coach of the Year. Or we had a guy miss half the season, he wouldn't be the Defensive Player of the Year. So we can't change these rules in this situation. Zion is great. He's going to get many, many awards in his career. I just don't think he can be the Rookie of the Year no matter what happens, simply due to games missed, not due to his game at all.
And the reason I would even throw it out and entertain it, even a co-Rookie of the Years, I don't know, haven't seen that in the league in a while. We know how hard it is down the stretch to even get the A spot, let alone get into the playoffs. Everything gets a little more competitive. Now when you've seen a team the 3rd and 4th time opposed to the 1st and 2nd, everything's that much tighter. They know your scouting report. They know who you are. And that's when the stars really start to excel. You talk about the LeBrons, the Kawhis, and we're going to see the league's best.
Okay, well, to your point, Ryan, it's been since 1995 since we've had co-rookies of the year, and that's partially, if not mostly, due to the change in the voting format.
It's got to end up in a dead tie in the voting now.
It would be nearly impossible for that to happen. Hey there, welcome to the warm-up, brought to you by Ford. I'm Stephanie Reddy. We've got Ryan Hollins in the building, 10-year NBA vet, and Brendan Haywood, NBA champion.
Glad to be here.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, good.
I like how you coming in with it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're thrilled you're here with us. We've got a doubleheader on TNT tonight, but we've got 7 games across the association, and we also have some news to report for you all. Good news for the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry is set to return to action on Sunday. That game is against the Washington Wizards, so we're expecting big numbers out of Steph Curry. His wrist looking good. LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers He's been playing, what, MVP-like this season?